if you tune in for the whole episode, so many things are revealed. The plans in the coming years, the grand opening, the personal journey that Brajavilas has been through, all the trials and tribulations, Ambarish and everything that he went through, all the different aspects of the planetarium described in the whole project for years to come, the Prabhupada Museum. So all this is discussed in this podcast.
So my question, since you were becoming an instrument or are an instrument for Prabhupada's will, do you feel his will as you're dedicating yourself? Do you feel his encouragement?
His encouragement I feel through Ambarish Prabhu. Ambarish Prabhu has given me so much love. I feel that it is coming through Srila Prabhupada. This is my direct experience of Prabhupada through Ambarish Prabhu and his wife Mother Swaha. This is what I feel. That kindness, that love, that inspiration, that encouragement, that dedication. I feel it's all coming through Ambarish Prabhu from Srila Prabhupada. This is how I feel.
Because you've been, according to the bio, you've been traveling for 14 years. Yeah. That traveling puts a lot of wear and tear on your body and your mind.
Yeah.
Going through all this, you still feel like the enthusiasm coming through you, and your ability to, like Sunanda Prabhu, you said you guys were going to go to Guyana soon, or in Suriname. Well, maybe you could talk about that, but maybe later. I'm sorry, because
No, your questions are perfect. Yeah. I'm going to step in before you answer. I mean, look at this guy's enthusiasm. I mean, come on. It's so,
Yeah, I should have brought my sunglasses. The effulgence is blinding.
It's very, very genuine. It's very, you just feel it. I mean, like, oh my God, I want what he has. But what's beautiful is that it's Guru Parampara. Yeah. You're the chain of disciplic succession. I have this bracelet. It's a chain, but it reminds me of the chain of disciplic succession. And you're getting that mercy of Prabhupada through Ambarish. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of this disciplic, the Guru Parampara, that the Guru or the it just inspires his disciples, who then inspire others, become grand disciples, and that chain is unbroken. You feel and the grandfather is more merciful than the father sometimes. So you're feeling it, and it's coming through Ambarish.
Yes.
All glories to Ambarish and his good wife Swaha for their amazing selfless dedication to the flesh. Yeah, incredible. We celebrate them.
Yeah.
We want to have Ambarish on the show, and maybe his wife as well. Maybe
definitely you should have. When he was there, he had health challenges last year. The only thing when he came out, he wanted to see this temple finished. Mm-hmm. He told, please promise me. He said, what should I promise? You have to take me to Mayapur. You have to take me to Mayapur. Mm. I want to go to Mayapur. I want to see the temple. I want this temple to be completed. And he has pledged another $10 million. Wow. Finish the temple fast. I wanted to see.
When would you estimate it will be basically finished?
On the 50th disappearance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in 2027 November.
Whoa.
Wow.
Mark that date. We're holding it to it.
We are trying everything. The economy is going down. There is war all over the place. I don't know what is going to happen, but we are praying to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, please.
And Lord Nrsingadev.
And Nrsingadev. Help us. Mm. Help us, please. Let us keep this date. Mm. We wanted to complete this temple and offer it to you, Prabhupada, so that you can offer this temple to Mahaprabhu as your personal offering.
I can't comprehend why you're killing me. I don't understand why you're putting me down. We see the same sun going up. We walk the same ground.
Welcome to the Eighth Element podcast. My name is Buzz Ryan,
My name is Gargs Allard.
and we have with us a very esteemed Vaishnav, Venerable Vaishnav, His Holiness, His Grace, Brajavilas Das, who is the, you're in charge of the TOVP, you're managing the TOVP project, the Temple of Vedic Planetariums. What an incredible name. We're so honored to have you here, Prabhu.
Thank you.
You just arrived yesterday,
Yes.
flew in from, I think it was the Vaikuntha planets, maybe Goloka Vrindavan.
Yeah, I would be glad if.
How are those Vaikuntha airplanes, by the way?
Amazing.
Fantastic. Everything you need is there.
Yeah.
Gargs is going to read a bit of a short bio on you, and then we can go from there.
Sure.
Brajavilas Das is a disciple of Radhanath Swami since 2006. He is the vice chairman and director of development of the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, since 2010, and co-director of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Mayapur, since 2018. As the TOVP Director of Development, he has continuously traveled for the last 14 years to cities worldwide. You must have a lot of frequent flyer miles. Building awareness of and raising funds to construct the TOVP for Srila Prabhupada. As the co-director of ISKCON Mayapur, he manages daily affairs and the development of the ISKCON Mayapur city envisioned by Srila Prabhupada.
So, yeah, you've got a lot on your plate. A lot on your plate, Prabhu. I'm so honored to be with you today. We also have Sunanda here, although Sunanda's off camera. But your service is so important because we know Srila Prabhupada expressly stated on number of occasions that the two most things that were dear to him were the printing and distribution of his literature, and the development and completion of the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. So you have a very monumental service on your plate, and I commend you for taking that service. And of course, Ambarish Prabhu has been a invaluable supporter of this project alongside you, Sunanda, and many others. So perhaps we could start with how you got involved personally and your journey. And then we can also, of course, talk about the project itself. But I think people would be interested to know about you, the person, and your development and how this came about for you, how Krishna arranged that.
First of all, I'm very, very grateful to my very good friend Badanayan Prabhu Badi.
Badarayan.
Yeah. And Garga Muni Prabhu Garg. I'm very, very grateful to be in this podcast, the Eighth Element podcast.
Right.
Amazing. You are doing a great service, giving an opportunity for many to come and express their emotions here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very grateful to both of you. Secondly, my journey, I would like to give credit to Ambarish Prabhu and Mother Swaha. Everything in my life is them who have engaged me in the service of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. It was here in Gainesville in the year 2010. He called me and I met him privately along with Kalakanta Prabhu, and he said, why don't you give this life to Srila Prabhupada for building this temple?
You were living here at the time.
I was living in Jacksonville. I was working in Jacksonville. So I used to come the weekends to Alachua temple. I was the weekend pujari.
Really?
So he saw me. Probably he was noticing me for a long time. And with Kalakanta Prabhu's introduction about me, and he called me in Gainesville in 2010. And we had a meeting. And he said, why don't you, my donation is coming to an end, and I want somebody to take up this project and take it forward.
If I may just interject that Ambarish is the spiritual name for Alfred Ford, who is the grandson of Henry Ford.
Yeah.
And the Ford Fortune and Legacy,
Yeah,
who was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada.
yeah, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And so he asked me, can you take up this seva? And I told him that I would do anything for you. Such a great opportunity, you're calling me to take this project. That time I didn't know much about the project or what I have to do. But since he asked, and that time he had put in almost $30 million to the project. So I said, definitely, I'm doing this seva. And
What were you doing at the time?
I was working in Jacksonville in CSX. I was the project manager for a very large project with the CSX company.
CSX.
Yeah.
What is CSX?
CSX is the railroad company.
I see.
Yeah, in Jacksonville. They had headquarters in Jacksonville. So I was working for them.
So you were already a project manager. So
Yeah.
you had that type of skill set.
That type of skill set. But this was a different skill
course.
set. This was completely different. I didn't know what I was getting into. But I knew that his words will empower me. His dedication to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, is my energy.
That's
I
beautiful.
knew this very well. So he is not only sending me, but he is empowering me completely to do this seva. So that's how I got into it. And later on it developed. Today, this temple is almost going to come to an completion. And it's all because of his dedication, which he had for Srila Prabhupada, which he was carrying for more than 35 years. 35 years, Srila Prabhupada gave this instruction to him in Detroit. He was explaining about this project and he asked him, how do you like this idea, Ambarish?
So what year was that? That was
75.
1975, right?
Yeah.
So when you say 35 years, that was at the junction of 2010.
Yeah.
It had been 35 years.
35 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he said, it sounds like a very good idea, Srila Prabhupada. He's never been to Mayapur. He doesn't even know where Mayapur was. Since the spiritual master said,
Sure.
he said, it sounds like a very good idea, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada immediately said, why don't you finance the project?
Wow.
From that time, he's been meditating how to build this temple. So seeing this dedication, I'm sure, I was very confident that this is the right time I give up what I'm doing here and take this opportunity to perfect my life.
Wow. That's amazing because most people, I wouldn't say most people, but there is the sense of, well, what's in it for me? Well, I've got my job, my family. But you immediately had that sense that Srila Prabhupada was calling you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that you must do this.
I must do this. I must do this. Actually, everything was going very well in my life. Good job, good salary, had a very good wife. Everything was perfect in my life. So I thought this is the time. If everything is going perfect, that is for some reason it is going perfect. Even if it is going imperfect, there is some reason. But if it is going completely perfect, it is for some reason. So I thought this is the reason that it's the right time. I switch to a different gear and take this challenge and help Ambarish Prabhu in this project.
So go ahead.
How was the the transition going from your perfect life to this service? Was it a little rough at the beginning?
Yeah, it was really tough because we have to raise more than $100 million. I didn't even know what $100 million means. So it was a big number. But not only those challenges, but there are several other challenges. I have to shift myself to Mayapur. I have to be used with the Mayapur culture. Then go out and develop a relationship with everybody, because it's all relationship. I can do this kind of numbers. Otherwise, it's impossible. So there were so many challenges in the project and my moving there. But one thing kept me alive through all these difficult phases which I had gone through is love. It's Ambarish Prabhu's love. He treated me like his own son. And that kept me going in all challenges, that kept me floating. And that's how I'm here today.
Wow. The emotion of your devotion is very palpable. It's very endearing. I thank you for that, because I can see, I mean, really.
This isn't fake devotion either. It's you can tell it's genuine.
Oh yeah, it's just, I mean, we're the as Prabhupada would say, the cult of Mahaprabhu, the culture of bhakti, and bhakti is love and devotion, and I can feel from you that almost like a wellspring of devotion from surrendering to this project in that mood. It's something to really take note of for anybody watching this, is the effects of genuine surrender and the empowerment that comes as a result of that. So,
You are so kind.
well, I mean, we have to judge by the results. And the results are, no, I have been to Mayapur a number of times, but I haven't been there. I've seen pictures and videos of the almost as it's almost being completed. I have friends that just came back, and just spectacular. Absolutely. This, the eighth wonder of the world. These magnificent domed structures that Prabhupada wanted, like the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. I mean, he told Vishaka and Yadabar to take pictures of the Capitol. I want the TOVP to mimic that.
Exactly.
And, we have those conversations, and that it's complete. And, like you say, hundreds of millions of dollars to get there. And you've been spearheading it. So that is quite remarkable. So what are some of the great challenges that you've faced in this?
Before that, I'll tell you a story.
Yes, please.
Srila Prabhupada in 1972, when there was nothing in Sridham Mayapur, it was a rice fields. We had the first the Bhajan Kutir, the grass hut.
Right, I know that.
So he was giving an offering. In this offering to his Guru Maharaj, that was his appearance day, he was giving an offering. In this offering, he said, every Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya has done something for Mahaprabhu. Like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he went to each and every home, collected 1 rupee and built the yoga pit. So that was his offering to Mahaprabhu. And he said there were only few devotees at that time, 11 or 12 devotees sitting. And His Holiness Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj was one among them who told me this story. This was a great inspiration for me. That Srila Prabhupada, he said, I also wanted to offer this temple to Mahaprabhu as my personal offering.
Wow.
He folded his hands. He said, thank you, boys and girls, for helping me to build this temple.
And that was 1972.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
In the grass hut.
then the grass had folded his hands. After that, he couldn't speak. Tears were in his eyes. This was the emotion and sentiment of our father, Srila Prabhupada, our grandfather, Srila Prabhupada.
Who is
Yes,
seated right there,
seated right there.
looking upon you with great pleasure.
Yeah. So when you talk about challenges, living in a grass hut, envisioning this beautiful old headquarters, nobody could see. Everybody was thinking what we are doing in this middle of nowhere. And he was seeing this beautiful temple. And he told, his disciples were telling Prabhupada, because they were building the first lotus building. And they said, Prabhupada, can we destroy this Bhajan Kutir? He said, no, don't. In the future, people will come to know this is where we are and this is what we had become.
Wow. So he had that vision.
We had that vision. For that vision, whatever challenges, it is worth it. What I had gone through, the challenges, it's worth it. There's so many challenges in any project, in life. So, but the biggest challenge is to bring the whole of ISKCON together to Srila Prabhupada's instruction to complete this temple. That was the biggest challenge because you are dealing with people, dealing with emotions,
and
dealing with leaders.
Everybody's got their own little projects, their own big projects, which need money.
Projects.
Right.
Some
Everything.
people are struggling with their projects.
Right.
struggling with the maintenance of the temple, but bringing everybody together that yes, it is our duty to complete this temple on time. Yes, it is our duty to follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, which he most desired to complete this temple. That was the biggest challenge, and I'm very, very happy to say that everyone, whatever they have, in whatever ways they have supported, they have really stood to Srila Prabhupada's instruction.
Well, you know, it's fascinating because we know on at least 3 occasions, Prabhupada expressed his final wishes to the devotees. And he said the same thing, which is embodied in what you just said. And we know what Prabhupada said. He said, your love will be tested for me when I leave by how you cooperate together to push on this mission, push on this movement. And, you know, there's no greater example of that that I can think of in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness than this Mayapur project, because it's truly the one international project that everybody has, you know, put their money on the line, put their heart, devotion, money on the line. And so what were some of the challenges being an instrument in that?
See, what we have done is, along with our Sunanda Prabhu and others, Ambarish Prabhu, his wife, we have traveled extensively to bring this message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about this temple. That there was a prediction actually by Lord Nityananda Prabhu while he was taking Jiva Goswami on a Navadip Mandal Parikrama. He came to the very place where we are building this temple, and he said, "Iha ek adbhut mandir hoibe prakash, Gauranga Nitya Seva hoibe vikas." That from this place, an astounding temple will appear, and from this temple, the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be spread in every town and village.
And that was over 500 years ago.
Yeah, over 500 years ago. And now, and that is what Srila Prabhupada wanted to build, that temple. So we had traveled extensively, met the leaders, convinced the leaders, yes, this is so important for our mission, the mission of Srila Prabhupada. This temple, as you say, that rising tide raises all ships. Similarly, your congregation will grow 10x if you get into this. As Srila Prabhupada also said, if you help Mayapur, all of your center will flourish.
Yeah, you know, speaking of that,
All of your centers will flourish.
yeah, there's some amazing quotes that Sunanda sent me.
Yeah.
May I read a few?
Yes, yes.
Okay. These are quotes to illuminate
Yes.
how you've beautifully expressed the devotional passion
Yes.
to bring this to fruition for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada said, the more you develop Mayapur, the more Lord Chaitanya will bless your area of the world and it will flourish.
Yes.
I have named this temple Sri Mayapur Chandradoya Mandir, the rising moon of Mayapur. Now make it rise bigger and bigger until it becomes the full moon. And this moonshine will spread all over the world. All over India they will come to see. From all over the world they will come. And
That's not the type of moonshine that we have in the South here, right?
yeah, it's the the spiritual perfection of that. 1971 in Calcutta, Giriraj Swami, as a young devotee, approached Prabhupada. I've been trying to understand what your desire is, and two things seem to please you the most: distributing your books and building this big temple in Mayapur.
Yeah.
Prabhupada's face lit up.
Yeah.
His eyes opened wide and he smiled and said, yes, you have understood. If you all build this temple, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur will personally come and take you back home, back to God.
Wow.
I mean, wow. Talk about a VIP pass to backstage to the, you know, I mean, we often hear that, no, you have to go this, you know, you have to, you know, you'd be born in the, and if not, unless you're 100% pure and absolutely no material desires. But Prabhupada's saying here, If you all build this temple, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will personally come and take you all back home, back to God. I mean, that's the Guru Kripa, the mercy of the Guru, not to be taken lightly or underestimated. And then Prabhupada goes on. Now you all together make this Vedic planetarium very nice, so people will come and see. From the description in Srimad Bhagavatam, you prepare this Vedic planetarium, and we'll discuss that in a minute. My idea is to attract people of the whole world to Mayapur. Prabhupada said, yes, so we have got very good scheme that people come from all over the world to see the Vedic idea of the planetary system. This is the ambition, so you kindly help us.
Amazing. There are several quotes like that. He said, my idea is to attract the people,
Yes.
the whole world to
Yes.
Sridham Mayapur.
Yes.
Prabhupada knew that once they come to Mayapur, their spiritual life will begin.
And he had the idea of actually bringing people together from all religions.
Yes.
He said, practically this institution is the real United Nations. We have cooperation from all nations, all religions, all communities. It will be an international institute to see the planetarium and how things are universally situated. Has nothing to do with sectarian ideas. It is a scientific presentation of spiritual life.
And it will be the Transcendental United Nations.
Transcendental United. The TUN. The ton. It's a ton of mercy. So many things I can say, but I'm going to read from Prabhupada's conversation with George Harrison from the Beatles. Prabhupada said, we are just attempting a big planetarium in Mayapur. We have asked the government to acquire land, 350 acres. That is negotiation going on. We shall give a Vedic planetarium, George Harrison then says. Is that the one you were talking about? And with all the, and then Prabhupada says, in the 5th canto. Guru Das, the planetarium will be 350 feet high and show the cosmology of the spiritual world, of all the planetary systems, of the spiritual world being the summum bonum. Prabhupada said, the construction will be like your Washington Capitol, like that. George Harrison, a big dome. Prabhupada, yes, estimated 8 crores of rupees. July 26th, 1976 in London. Amazing.
There is another quote of Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Yes.
If you keep the flow of service to Sridham Mayapur intact, you will be considered the benefactors of the future world of Vaishnavas.
Say that one again. I want to hear that again.
If you keep the flow of service to Sridham Mayapur intact, you will be considered the benefactor of the future world of Vaishnavas.
Wow. So I would say let's interject a fundraising. I just gave some money the last couple of weeks for, I can't remember, but what was the, what?
That was the Prabhupada Krishna ring.
Prabhupada Krishna ring, yeah. And it was, I mean, I've given in the past, but I would really encourage anyone watching this video to make a donation, big or small, preferably big, like preferably really big, because you can see, I mean, from these quotes, it's just like the amount of mercy that is available from the entire Guru Parampara, from Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, to have this flow of mercy that actually Prabhupada said, if you get involved in this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will personally come and take you back home. I mean, you know, hello. So I would just really encourage everyone to, I mean, of course we'll put the links, but if they want to give a donation, what is the?
They can go to our website, www.tovp.org. All the details how to donate are there. Through Zelle and through various other ways, PayPal and so many other. We have all the gateways.
Right.
We are ready actually.
Yeah.
To get any kind of donation, whether it is a will or it is a stock or it is a general donations or it is a specific donation, every donation, we are ready to engage you. When you said that Srila Prabhupada ring, that ring specifically we have created so that we can engage everybody, the people of the whole world, we can engage them to the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. You are engaged to Sri Radha.
Actually, we'll have to take a break, and later on, and I'll show the ring because Sunanda brought it over to you. It's this beautiful ring that wasn't it Brahmananda bought it for Srila Prabhupada?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ring. It's a gold ring. It says Krishna. It's very, very, very powerful. So we have it on our altar now. And I wasn't going to do put a pitch in for fundraising till the end, but it just felt appropriate because there's so much mercy there. It's not about the money; it's about the mercy.
Yes.
Not.
Could you be more specific exactly what this project is and what people will be donating to?
Yeah. See, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium is the temple and the planetarium together. Science and religion are together. You cannot separate science and religion. And we wanted to establish the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of God and Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without God, there is no science. That is what it established, this whole temple. It is not that we have changed bodies. We have evolved. Consciousness has evolved from different species to human species. It is not that we changed bodies. So this is being taught that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. That is what we say in Prabhupada mantra, pranam mantra. Krishna prashtaya bhutale. He has come to establish Krishna on the face of this planet. That is what this temple, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, establishes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the crown prince of Navadip. He is the Yuga avatar. He has come here to take all of you back in this very life with a simple process which he has given. Simple process. Just love God.
And chant God's names.
Chant God's names.
Yes.
Very simple.
What are the components of the temple? What are its dimensions and how will it look inside?
The temple.
And let me just interject it before you answer that, because your question was very important. Because we're in one sense assuming that people know what this is, but there may be many people watching that don't. So you were saying, and it was very poignant, that it's the synthesis of religion and science, spiritual life and science. And so the science aspect is the real vision that Prabhupada had is the planetarium, that there is a cosmology given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the postgraduate study of spiritual life, beyond the Bhagavad Gita. And in the Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto, it's 12 cantos, it is an elaborate description, also sometimes difficult to understand, of the structure of the universe, the entire cosmology, according to Vedic understanding. And of the topmost aspect of that cosmology is Goloka Vrindavan, where God lives.
Yes.
I mean, God exists. And if God exists, just like if the king exists or the president exists, they have the presidential palace or the mayor's mansion or the White House, whatever it may be, they have their place. So God, being the supreme personality of God, and has his planet, Goloka Vrindavan. And that is very elaborately described in countless Vedic literatures. And that will be depicted as well as the 14 different levels of planetary systems that's described. So it will be this, a real understanding of cosmology, spiritual science, and devotion.
Srila Prabhupada, he said symmetry is the form of beauty.
Symmetry. Oh, I love that.
Everything should be symmetrical. We have 2 eyes, 2 hands. It's proper symmetry. So when Ambarish Prabhu took the project, he sat with his team and made a symmetrical form of this temple. We have 3 domes. The main dome, which will house the Panchatattva, Radha Madhava, and the Guru Parampara. Then we had a Narasinghadev dome, where it will host Lord Narasinghadev on the east side of the temple. On the west side, because there are 2 domes, and then they came up with another dome, which is the planetarium. So the main temple houses the Yuga Avatar, the Panchatattva. Then we have Lord Narasinghadev, the divine protector, and we have the planetarium, the science aspect of the temple. That is why Srila Prabhupada named it Temple of the Vedic Planetarium. This is a temple and planetarium together.
Unique. Nothing like this has ever been done.
Yeah. And it is a teaching temple. This is what Srila Prabhupada wanted. Anybody who comes, he will be taught the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, the philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam, the philosophy of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And when he leaves, this is what Prabhupada wished, and when he leaves, he will become a devotee. Everything is teaching the aspect of Vedic literature.
Now, I've heard many wonderful stories of because, in West Bengal, where the project is, there's many Mohammedans, many from the faith of Islam, but many have become very favorable.
Yeah.
Can you, in other words, by the influence of the magnanimity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, who are essentially the incarnations of magnanimity, being kind of flowing from Srimati Radharani. So can you give us some insights and some perhaps stories of the local community and their becoming favorable?
Yeah. Before coming to that question, favorable, because he was asking me to describe the elements of the temple, the sizes and stuff like that. Let me finish that, and I'll get to this question.
I apologize for
the temple itself is more than 700,000 square feet. 700,000 square feet, largest temple in the world. The dome, the central dome, is 177 feet in diameter. The largest dome in the world. Religious dome.
Really?
Religious dome.
Wow.
The temple, largest dome. The temple itself is 350 feet high, next to the Vatican, which is 412 or something like that feet. And the chakra, the largest chakra, 27 feet wide in diameter, gold-plated chakra.
It sits on top of the main dome.
Top of the main dome.
Can you explain what a chakra is for those who don't know?
The chakra is the symbol of protection. And it shows the chakra establishes that supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have a dome, but the chakra establishes that supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shishi, Radha Madhava, and Shishi Panchatattva. That is the chakra. Of course, chakra, there are different definitions of chakra.
Right.
It can be used, Sudarshan chakra is most dear weapon to annihilate the enemies, miscreants. But here the chakra is used as to establish that supremacy in the temple.
Okay. I also ask because a lot of people are into yoga and they know about the 9 chakras.
Those are the chakras on the body.
On the physical. Gross physical body, right?
Now, also in the, and I know that I asked this other question, but let's hold off on that. Because in terms of the temple complex, again, there's also a Prabhupada museum.
Yeah.
So where is that situated in the complex?
Yeah, I'm going to come.
Okay.
While answering, I'll come each and every aspect of the temple. Now,
and all of this is visible on the website.
Everything is there.
TOVP.org.
TOVP.org. So currently we have completed the Narsinghadev temple. Now we are working on the main temple. But in 2020, we have opened the Pujari floor, the largest Pujari space, 2.5 acres, just one level below the temple hall. More than 70 rooms are there to worship Shri Radha Madhava, Panchatattva, Lord Narsinghadev, the Guru Parampara, 15 Murtis of the Acharya in the Guru Parampara. Massive, 70 plus rooms. Each and every aspect of devotional service has a room. Just to make the hair of the Lord, we have a room. To stitch dresses for the Lord, make amazing dresses, we have almost...
So that's 2.3 acres worth of...
2.5 acres of
real estate. To
worship.
serve the deity form of the Lord.
Deity form of the Lord.
That's amazing.
And that one section of the Pujari floor on the Narsinghadev temple side, we have this beautiful Srila Prabhupada museum, and which we had opened 2 years ago in 23?
24.
24, I think 24.
24.
Yes.
24. We have opened the beautiful Srila Prabhupada Museum. And the idea of Srila Prabhupada Museum, because Ambarish Prabhu told me that we are building the largest temple in the world. And we also have to build the largest museum ever built for a spiritual leader. Ever built. So this was the first phase. We had Srila Prabhupada Museum, which we started because we need to have all the artifacts and everything to have a largest museum.
All right. So listen, we have with us a special guest. The mystery woman has made an appearance.
I have made an appearance for all of you. I love you all.
And she's here because, she wants everybody to subscribe. Right, Gargs? Is that what she wants?
Yeah. She didn't want to be on camera for a while, but now she's absolutely motivated because of the subscription situation.
Yeah, we have a situation.
So could you tell us about the subscription situation, Rukmini, please?
Sure. All you need to do is take your pointy finger and you just need to click on subscribe. Or on the keyboard.
Can people handle that instruction? I mean,
I think they can figure it out.
What do you think, Gargs?
Well, my granddaughter told her younger brother, my grandson, the way to end the call was to press on the red button.
Oh.
She said, you can press on the red button. So if he can do it, you can press on the subscribe button. And we're not just talking about YouTube, are we, Ryan? I mean, Buzz and Rukmini.
It's so easy to forget. Yeah, it would help us out immensely if you guys could support us by subscribing, and you'll be the first to be notified when we pass away. I mean, when the new video comes out. So please subscribe to our channel. We'd be massively grateful.
We're talking about all social media here.
Instagram, Facebook.
We've got X,
TikTok.
Rumble.
X marks the spot, Rumble.
And, of course, MySpace.
Please subscribe, and there you go.
So we started with 1,000 square feet. Now, after this temple is opened, we will be building more than 20,000 square feet.
Wow, for the Prabhupada Museum.
Prabhupada Museum.
So you have the main dome with Panchatattva.
Yeah.
Radha Madhava there also, correct?
Yeah.
And then you have the Shringadev Dome, and then you have the Planetarium Dome. So where is the Prabhupada Museum in that?
It is in the Narsinghadev Temple Hall. Below the Temple Hall of Lord Narsinghadev is the Pujari floor.
I see.
We had a utility floor, Pujari floor, temple floor, then the museum floors.
I see.
So it is in the Pujari floor on the Narsinghadev side of the temple.
Wow.
And later on we will build where the current Panchatattva temple is. That is where we will build the largest museum of Prabhupada.
So it will move to that space once it's built.
Yeah. Wow. Museum. Massive museum.
So what are give me an idea, give us an idea of the vision for the museum, because that's a lot of space to fill.
Yeah.
And, I've seen one devotee, Puru Das, used to have a great Prabhupada museum in the Brooklyn Temple. Do you remember that? It was wonderful. And then, unfortunately, he went to another mutt and got whatever. We don't want to get into details. And it was just, heartbreaking. He sold it was beautiful. I mean, my wife and I used to run the Sunday school at the Brooklyn Temple. We actually got kind of an honorary award for the extensive Sunday school that we had for a number of years. And the Sunday school with all the young children being in the Prabhupada Museum, and devotees would come and talk different pastimes of Krishna and Prabhupada in there. It was just so wonderful. Then he sold it all. So tell us about your vision for the museum and how you procured everything, because that's a lot of square footage to fill up.
The vision for the museum is very, very simple. Prabhupada is still living with us.
Sure.
He's not gone. He's still there with us. This is the vision. And this is all his inspiration that we are building this temple. This is all his instruction. The spiritual master will live forever. Srila Prabhupada also said this.
I will live forever in my books. Yes.
In my books. So Srila Prabhupada is living in Sridham Mayapur. And this is what, like in Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka, how does a transcendental person live? How does he walk? How does he talk? So when they come here, they will know about Srila Prabhupada, how he lived, how he walked on the planet, how he traveled all around the world, how did he preach this message, how is he still inspiring generations after generations to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It will be an interactive museum. Interactive museum. We will use AI, artificial intelligence. Of course, we have BI, Bhaktivedanta Institute. We will consult them, use AI, that Srila Prabhupada will be talking to you, will be answering questions from his books. So we are going to make it a very modern museum, and Srila Prabhupada's voice will resound this museum. Wow. Amazing museum. And you will feel that such a great Acharya who had come just 50 years ago created a big revolution in the hearts and minds of people, and that revolution is still continuing and it will continue forever for the next 10,000 years to come.
Yes. Prabhupada said that on many occasions. So, wow, that's just... we had recently one devotee, Pushpavan, lives in our community here. He came back from Mayapur, and we had him on the show here. And he was so... Well, he's part of a men's group that I'm in. And he talked about his experience there in Mayapur. And he was asked, there was a group of young people that was traveling down the Ganges. And they stopped in Mayapur. And one of the local devotees there said, hey, why don't you take them on a tour of... And so he had the microphone. And they all had like little earpieces. And he said the people were just this... First of all, he was very honored to do it. And he was so blown away by the work that had been done there, and the devotion and the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu permeating this mood of, again, magnanimity, this compassion, this love, that one can feel the potential of love of God, of having a relationship with Krishna and his associates. And the people that he was, many of them said, we've been all up and down the Ganges, all these different places. Nothing compares to this. They were blown away. So I would imagine that this is the experience that people from all over the world are going to have. Just like, wow.
Everything has been designed. Mother Swaha, Ambarish Prabhu's wife, she had put countless hours in designing this beautiful temple for Srila Prabhupada. Amazingly designed. If you have seen Vatican,
Mother Swaha is Ambarish's wife.
Yeah. If you have seen Vatican, if you have taken a tour of Vatican, and you come to Temple of Vedic Planetarium, we have not let anything unturned. Beautiful. The columns are fluted columns, marble from all over the world, colors of marbles, choices, the beautiful, nourishing the altar. And the main altars with lapis lazuli. That is a gemstone. Right. It's not even a marble. So amazing combination of colors, designs, even the lightings. Oh, anything you see there, you will think, I have to become a devotee. I have to become a devotee.
I think like that, from time to time. But I have to become a devotee too.
Could I,
yes.
Just on the subject of the museum, I just want a little pitch for Prabhupada disciples and others who have in their possession some of Prabhupada's clothing or shoes or whatever the paraphernalia might be. We call it tadiya because it's related to Vishnu. To please consider giving it to the museum, where millions of people for generations to come will be able to take advantage of seeing that.
Like I would imagine there's so many devotees, older devotees that have been around, and they are holding on to pieces of memorabilia that belong to Srila Prabhupada, whether it's a sweater, a typewriter, slippers, whatever it may be. And the attachment to those is they may be the most valuable possessions that these devotees have. And yet, for the higher purpose, as you said, Sunanda, to make that experience available for future generations up to 10,000 years, to consider donating that to the temple, to the museum, Prabhupada Museum, so the whole world can see.
Yeah, we had the greatest opportunity when Srila Prabhupada left the planet to go to Vrindavan. We had the greatest opportunity to establish the largest museum. Now we have another opportunity in our hands when all his disciples are leaving the planet to go back home, back to Godhead. Now this is the time.
Right.
It's the right time. So that if you have a possession, please give it to us.
Yeah, and Lord Nrsingadev is personally asking you to do so. Otherwise, there may be consequences. Just saying.
This is a wonderful opportunity where it can be preserved for the next 10,000 years.
Right. Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Perhaps in the links of the
Yes.
bottom.
Yeah, we can. How would they donate?
So there are several ways how you can donate all these items. First, we have our volunteers. Sunanda Prabhu is leading that effort. We have volunteers in Alachua. We have volunteers in LA. We have volunteers in different states. That also in our website, it is very clearly mentioned how you can donate these items. Best way is to call our volunteers so that they can discuss with you.
The best way to
The
send
best
them.
way and assure you,
They'll be taken
give confidence that yes, this will be kept very safe in Sridham Mayapur. For what you call in English, prostitute, or what is that?
Posterity.
Posterity. Yeah, posterity for
And
future generations.
And it won't end up for sale on eBay.
Yeah, eBay. Exactly. Yeah.
Perhaps we could talk about the planetarium,
Yeah.
because this is really this is what makes, besides the magnificence of the architecture and the attention to detail and the gorgeous deities and the deity worship, but really what makes it unique was Prabhupada's vision. And perhaps we could talk first about the origins of that vision. When did Prabhupada begin discussing it? I know there's some discussions that he had with Srila Sridhar Maharaj in 1972, and that they were working together on this vision. So maybe we can talk about that and then segue into a discussion of the planetarium itself and how it has developed and where its stages it is at now.
Srila Prabhupada always had this in his vision that if the scientist takes this idea about what he is teaching, then the common men will follow. There is a famous verse that Mahajana ena katha sapanta. Whatever the great men do, common men will follow also. And also the way this modern science, which was totally against the Vedic scriptures, he wanted to defeat them and show an alternative Vedic way of living. For that, you have to understand how it had all come about. What is the origin? Where it all begins. He wanted to show that beautiful cosmological model in the main temple hall. From Bhulok to Golok, everything is there and revolving. So, the BI, Bhaktivedanta Institute, with our the Temple of Vedic Planetarium devotees got together, and right now it is in the design stage for the planetarium. How to show life? Where did life come about? Everything, and a detailed description of this cosmological model. And who is the source of this model?
We're just hearing about it. It's going to be mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. And the whole temple hall itself is so amazing, a part of that model. The whole temple hall, it's Bhulok. then the model begins.
Describe the structure of the planetarium.
And please say what Bulok means.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
describe. So the topmost is Golok Vrindavan. What we are trying to do is that we are going to use a mechanical model as well as augmented reality to both integrate it to show the Golok Vrindavan, which is the topmost planet where God is playing. So that is the topmost planet.
I believe Garuda is very involved in that now, correct?
Yeah, there are several devotees. Currently, we have in the BI, we have Brahma Tirtha Prabhu, Brahma Tirtha Prabhu and others. Akandadi Prabhu is one. And there are several others who are doing this. And when I talk to him about the Bhulok, the Bhu Mandala, which is where the planet Earth is there, where we live, that is the whole temple itself, showing where we are right now, the whole cosmological model, where we are right now.
You are here.
You are here.
As in, be here now.
Be here now.
With Krishna.
You are here. And what is that journey which will take you to the topmost planet? Everything is beautiful. Still the designs are going on, the research are going on. We are doing the different stages. We didn't come to the final design. Now conceptual design is done. And now we are taking it further to the final design of the planetarium in the West Wing as well as the cosmological model.
One question I had concerns about in the past and in the present is the descriptions of in the fifth canto of Burloka and Bhartvarsh, which is part of Burloka, which is it's described as the circular earth plane and part of the greater island of Jambudweep, and it's very elaborately described. But there's many statements that Prabhupada has with his disciples where, just like there's this one with Tamal Krishna Goswami, where he's saying that Prabhupada, the fifth canto model of the universe is in many ways diametrically opposed to modern science. My concern is, or has been, that can it be presented as it is without trying to pacify or appease modern science? And what is the understanding of Burloka at this point in time? You and I were discussing that, Sunanda, because I know I've read many different devotees' descriptions of the fifth canto, or not their descriptions, their understanding of the language of the cosmology of the fifth canto in relation to the Earth planet, or the Earth. It's described as a concentric circle. So what is your understanding of where they're at now in that design and the ability to be able to be chased to the descriptions of the fifth canto? Because Prabhupada was he said it must be exactly according to the fifth canto, and we are seeking the help of qualified people to do so. So your understanding.
Yeah. Because I was involved in many of those design meetings and stuff like that. The Bhaktivedanta Institute here in Gainesville, they are working very, very hard to be very chaste to exactly what Srila Prabhupada had said. We had gone through many iterations. Still, we are not complete the designs because we had gone through many iterations to come to this level. Earlier, when we started, it was just a museum, a religious museum. So then we said, no, it is coming more of a religious museum, but it has to be a science museum.
Yeah, because that's what Prabhupada wanted.
Exactly. So then we again got together, appointed a different company to make it more of a science museum. And we also named it Science Museum of the Vedic Planetarium. And every devotee who is working there tirelessly wants to be very, very chaste. So for that, there has been a lot of iterations.
One of the reasons I had a concern is I was speaking to somebody at the Bhaktivedanta Institute a few years ago, and they had, without getting into names, a bias towards the modern scientific version. It really concerned me because this is a person very well situated at the BI. And, I saw this bias. If that bias remains, that preconception, then it cannot be chased to Srila Prabhupada. Now, you were mentioning, Sunanda, when you were here last week, that they have really evolved in their understanding and are perhaps now more chaste to the fifth canto version.
Exactly, because everybody is going through phases.
Right.
So when there are a lot of inputs which comes and they see and they read and it develops, it cannot be just one shot.
Right.
Because fifth canto is so difficult.
Yes.
It's not that easy. So we cannot make that design in one shot. Right. So it had gone multiple iterations and still it is going on. So we are coming closer. I'm not saying that we are just reached the destination, but we are going in that direction.
I had a few conversations with Sadaputa Prabhu, long conversations, because my wife and his wife were both from Brazil, and they were, close friends. And he mentioned how there's different ways to see the universe. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, who was Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, he commented on the Surya Siddhanta. Yeah. And in the Surya Siddhanta, the distances of how far the moon and the sun are away match what modern science says. Whereas he was saying that in the Bhagavatam, this is a vision of sages who have kind of more mystical vision, where they can see various dimensions. We talk about Bhumandala sometimes. So is this Vedic Planetarium going to explain that in terms of the different visions, way to see something? Or is it just going to just show what the fifth canto says and not even mention anything about the Surya Siddhanta or modern science?
No, very good question. The Surya Siddhanta, there are scientists who have done books on Surya Siddhanta in India, who are devotees. So they are also part of this endeavor.
Nice.
So they are also bringing their input for Surya Siddhanta view of seeing how it is. So it is going to be an integrated approach. How different vision, as you beautifully said, everybody has a different vision. A common man probably might have no vision, but still on that level, what he sees, he can also understand on his level. Then we come to a scholar, then PhD, then elite. So everybody has some aspect of how they see and what it has been presented. We have a separate space for a top elite who will interact, give more their views, discuss. So we have every level of consciousness or evolved or people who can see things in a different way. How to present to those people with all this integrated approach.
What I hear you saying is essentially that just like the spirit of cooperation that Prabhupada expressed was his main desire after he leaves the planet. This is an ongoing evolution of understanding, as it should be, because this is a very complex subject matter, with the intention to get it right. But like you said, you just can't get it right off the bat because it's so deep. It's very complicated. If you read the fifth canto, it's like, whoa, it's above my pay grade. You get a sense of it. So there's a you can say a kind of a confluence of many scientifically based devotional minds to understand how do we present the actual version of the fifth canto, and bringing in, as Garg said, serious.
So all these angles of vision are they're working to harmonize.
Harmonize.
Okay.
And let the vision be manifest through their collective cooperation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it's beautiful. May that vision come out perfect. That is our prayer. Because this is a kind of like you can't really. Oops, now we have different. No, it's that's hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars to change it. So it's got to be done right the first time, and even if that takes years and years to perfect, it's got to be done right.
I have another question. So you're going to be using a lot. You said you're going to be using AI technology and things of that nature. So as we go on, as the years pass, the technology is going to I'm assuming it's going to become
Yeah,
greater.
yeah.
Are there plans to, as we go along, integrate that?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. Otherwise, we cannot keep the museum dynamic.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise, after some time, it will all be falling apart. So we will definitely, that is why we are not doing 100% technology. We have 50-50 to be safer, because technology, every 2 years it changes. To keep up with technology is very difficult, because you need that kind of an investment. Of course, this temple will become the Tirupati of the East. Once that it becomes the Tirupati of the East,
East India.
East India.
Yes.
So then we will not have a problem, because money is not a consideration anymore. We can invest. But till that time, we have to be very, very treading the path very carefully, so that we can keep up with the change in trend and technology.
Will there be a Prasadam restaurant anywhere?
Not in the temple, but around the temple, we are having arcades that will act as a boundary wall, as well as it will be an arcade for devotees, pilgrims, visitors to shop in the arcade, where they can have prasadam, they can shop devotional items. So that will be a revenue for the temple to maintain itself, self-sufficient.
So it's like a whole city community built around the
Transcendental outdoor mall.
Transcendental shopping.
and dining.
Dining.
There'll probably be a few restaurants.
A few restaurants
Yes,
and everything. It is more than a lakh of 100,000 square feet of space, which we have around the temple.
Nice.
I remember, I'm just going to share an anecdote. There was one very senior devotee who had left, long story without getting into names and details, but very prominent disciple of Srila Prabhupada that was no longer directly affiliated with ISKCON, and considered a very learned person and advanced. And he, many, many years ago when I was living in New York, he was posting things online that were critiques of the TOVP. Oh, why do we need another temple? We really need to develop farm communities. And I just kind of went after him online. I said, first of all, who are you to say that you know better than the founder Acharya, who happens to be your spiritual master? Yes, the agrarian communities are a wonderful idea, but to say that they're more necessary than Prabhupada's vision. So I kind of came after him. I was diplomatic, but I was strong about it. I wasn't a jerk about it. And he was very like, who are you? Whose disciple are you? And I'm like, what difference does it make? I am Prabhupada's disciple, but Prabhupada wrote a very specific letter. I believe it was to one doctor, I believe, one architect, I think, Dr. Sati or something. Dahi. Yeah. And where Prabhupada, I said, I wrote to Hari Sari at the time because I wanted a little more ammunition. And I said, Hari Sari, can you provide me with that letter? I've read it before. This is before it was posted online. Now it's online, and it's on your website too. Prabhupada is very specific exactly how he wants the museum, and this is his topmost desire. And I said, how can you say that this is more than the desire of your spiritual master? And anyway, it was, I felt very inspired to do that. It was not for myself, but because this is Prabhupada's desire. And you can see now how it's panning out.
Countless devotees, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is holding his life. He is the chairman for the West Wing for the planetarium. He is making sure that every instruction of Prabhupada comes manifest through this planetarium, holding his life. Steering the whole BI, Bhakti Vedanta
Even
Institute,
in his condition.
Giving his life entirely to see that Prabhupada's desire for the planetarium manifest. And Srila Prabhupada was asked the same question, Swamiji, there are so many temples in India. Why you need another one? The reporter asked. Srila Prabhupada beautifully answered. Beautifully. Amazing, mind-blowing. He said, he didn't say it straight. He said, who is this lady sitting next to you? He said, Swamiji, this is my wife. And he said, Who is the child sitting next to that lady? This is my son Swamiji. Swamiji got him. There are so many children loitering on the street. Why don't you adopt one? Why you want to have your own child? You want to have your own child because you wanted to reciprocate with your child. Similarly, the devotees of the Lord want to reciprocate with their lordships. That is why we have so many temples. In India, we have Mayapur, Vrindavan,
That's such
Mumbai.
such a beautiful point.
The devotees wanted to reciprocate personally with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Mayapur. They wanted to personally reciprocate with Radhe Shyam in Vrindavan. They want to personally reciprocate with Radha Ras Bihari in Mumbai.
What to speak of bringing people from all over the world
Oh Lord.
and all religious traditions, castes, creeds, nationalities, under the banner of the holy name.
Holy name. The Transcendental United Nations.
Yes.
You asked me a question, how all other religions are taking it up. Right. Because Mayapur is the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Everybody in that land, holy land of Mayapur, feels that mercy.
Because he appeared there.
Appeared there. And because of that, even different faith, or people of different faith, they come to our festivals.
So let's talk about that. Goes back to my question earlier. Go ahead. You're going to ask Gargs.
Oh, I just wanted to ask anyone who's read the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada or heard of them, they know a couple of the stories that he was sitting on a park bench in New York.
Yes.
And there was someone sitting next to him, and he said, "There's
Mr. Rubin.
Mr. Rubin, yeah, that there's so many great temples, and he envisioned it, and he was staunchly determined, just like at Juhu Beach." In Mumbai, which was Bombay then, a lot of the devotees were saying, why are we trying to do this? We're going through so much austerity. But Prabhupada had that will. He had that staunch determination. So my question, since you were becoming an instrument, or are an instrument for Prabhupada's will, do you feel his will? As you're dedicating yourself, do you feel his encouragement?
His encouragement I feel through Ambarish Prabhu. Ambarish Prabhu has given me so much love. I feel that it is coming from through Srila Prabhupada. This is my direct experience of Prabhupada through Ambarish Prabhu and his wife Mother Swaha. This is what I feel. That kindness, that love, that inspiration, that encouragement, that dedication. I feel it's all coming through Ambarish Prabhu from Srila Prabhupada. This is how I feel.
Because you've been, according to the bio, you've been traveling for 14 years. Yeah. That traveling puts a lot of wear and tear on your body and your mind.
Yeah.
Going through all this, you still feel like the enthusiasm coming through you, and your ability to, like Sunanda Prabhu, you said you guys were going to go to Guyana soon, or in Suriname. Maybe you could talk about that, but maybe later. I'm sorry, because he was.
No, your questions are perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to step in before you answer. I mean, look at this guy's enthusiasm. I mean, come on. It's so,
Yeah, I should have brought my sunglasses. The effulgence is blinding.
It's very, very genuine. It's you just feel it. I mean, like, oh my God, I want what he has. But what's beautiful is that it's Guru Parampara. Yeah. You're the chain of disciplic succession. I have this bracelet. It's a chain, but it reminds me of the chain of disciplic succession. And you're getting that mercy of Prabhupada through Ambarish. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of this disciplic, the Guru Parampara, that the Guru or the it just inspires his disciples, who then inspire others, become grand disciples, and that chain is unbroken. You feel and the grandfather is more merciful than the father sometimes. So you're feeling it. Yeah. And it's coming through Ambarish. Yes. All glories to Ambarish and his good wife Swaha for their amazing selfless dedication to this. Yeah, incredible. We celebrate them.
Yeah.
We want to have Ambarish on the show, and maybe his wife as well. Maybe
Definitely you should have. You know, when he was there, he had health challenges last year. The only thing when he came out, he wanted to see this temple finished. He told, please promise me. I said, what should I promise? You have to take me to Mayapur. You have to take me to Mayapur. I want to go to Mayapur. I want to see the temple. I want this temple to be completed. And he has pledged another $10 million. Wow. Finish the temple fast. I wanted to see.
When would you estimate it will be basically finished?
On the 50th disappearance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in 2027 November.
Whoa.
Wow.
Mark that date. We're holding it to it.
So we are trying everything. The economy is going down. There is war all over the place. I don't know what is going to happen. But we are praying to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, please.
And Lord Nrsingadev.
And Nrsingadev. Help us. Help us. Please, let us keep this date. We wanted to complete this temple and offer it to you, Prabhupada, so that you can offer this temple to Mahaprabhu as your personal offering. So that is our target.
Nice.
What I'm gleaning from your statements and your expressions of devotion is that this whole project is a massive offering of love to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
It was his desire, not for any personal aggrandizement, but to benefit the entire world, the entire universe.
Entire human race.
And the human race. So they can come to this understanding of the commonality of the spiritual plane, that we all are parts and parcels of that beautiful Supreme Lord who is ever inviting us back to join him in his pastimes, and who came 500 years ago as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just when all the European kings were looking for the passageway to the fountain of youth in the East, passageway to the East Indies, because they heard that the fountain of youth was overflowing in the East Indies. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God had appeared as his own devotee.
So it's not St. Augustine after all?
Maybe it was, but but because they were looking for something material, they found America. They couldn't find the passageway of these. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared with Lord Nityananda in the mood of great magnanimity to give this freely to anyone, qualified or unqualified, this love of God and the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Or any name of God. But to glorify God, and in this way, in this age of Kali, to easily attain self-realization and God realization. And that's what this Mayapur is, to bring the whole world. And that's what Prabhupada wanted, not for his own glorification. He wanted just to bring people together to become better lovers of God. That's it.
Amazing. Where God cries for himself. The most advanced theology is given to common people with no qualification. Just take this message. Your life will be perfect. You don't have to suffer here anymore.
Wow.
This one life, you can go back.
Sign me up. No, we all feel that. Anybody that has taken to this path feels that mercy to varying degrees, depending on one's surrender. But the embodiment of it is in Mayapur Dham.
Complete mercy. Complete mercy.
Sunanda, anything that you'd like us to ask to cover that we haven't hit on?
Well, you did mention the grand opening,
Right.
but a little elaboration,
Yes.
maybe.
That would be great.
It's going to be a 3-month.
Yes, let's
or
talk
more
about that.
festival.
Great, thank you.
So the opening, we wanted to make it so grand that nobody has ever seen such a opening. Because we will have even demigods participating in the opening.
Right. That
This
means
is
you're
not
going to be there.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Have to check with my secretary.
So, and we don't want all those people who have sacrificed their life in building this temple, that they didn't get a space, so that they feel that I could not participate. So what we have done, because we have went all around the world, collected donations to build this temple. So what we are trying to do is we will have 3 to 4 months of opening. First, we will move Lord Narsinghadev so that everything is auspicious. Begin with the Lord Narsinghadev in the January of 2028, which is after the best date I'm talking about is Makara Sankranti. Because from November 2027, the preparations for the opening will go on. There will be fire sacrifices, so many mantras will be chanted, everything will be prepared, the preparations will go on. But January 14th or 15th is the Makara Sankranti, the best dates.
In 2028.
2028.
Okay.
In
While
astrology,
we start the process.
Makara is what, Capricorn?
Yeah.
And Sankranti is when the sun is going into the sign. Yeah. Okay.
So, 2028 Makara Sankranti, we wanted to first move Lord Narsinghadev with his blessings. 15 days of cultural festival after we move Lord Narsinghadev. Then we will have the Guru Parampara, 15 murtis of the Acharyas. We will install them next. Then 15 days of cultural festival. In this 15 days, we will move one by one the Panchatattva, which is each is 3,000 kgs, solid,
Wow.
very heavy. So we will move the Panchatattva. Then we will open the Panchatattva. Then 15 days of cultural festival, we will move Radha Madhava and we will open Radha Madhava. Then we will have a grand opening with everybody there. So each of these openings, one by one, we will club countries so that anybody can come to Mayapur to witness. But if you have to stay in Mayapur, only these countries which has been clubbed, who had sacrificed to build this temple, they will be allowed to stay.
In other words, certain period of time for each country, for people of each country.
People of each country to come, so that everybody gets an opportunity, so that not everybody from India occupy the space or everybody from other part of the world occupies the space, so that who have literally sacrificed doesn't get an opportunity. We wanted everybody who had sacrificed to build this temple get an opportunity to participate and stay.
If you have dual citizenship, can you go twice?
He's trying to buck the system.
Depending upon how much you have contributed. There is a level of contribution.
Very nice.
Yeah.
One thing, if you can clarify, because you mentioned earlier that the grand opening would be in 2027, but this is, you're talking about 2028, so help me understand that.
Yeah. 2027, we start the process.
I see.
Because opening is, we just can't, it is not like,
Right.
open the curtains. It's not like that. There is a process, there is a vidhi to open. So all those rituals will be followed from 27.
I see.
That is an announcement to the entire creation that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very soon going to manifest from this beautiful temple, the Yuga Avatar. That symbol of chakra will establish that Yuga Avatar. This is the right way of explaining that chakra.
Okay.
So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will manifest through this temple. So there is a preparatory, purificatory process which happens.
You're going to be doing fire jagyas?
Fire jagyas.
Yeah.
We are planning for 108 yajna kunds. We will smoke the entire universe. Everybody will be choked. Because they have to come. An invitation. An open invitation. who are living in other planets. This is the time.
You know,
The mercy is descending.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I can see that. Just like Prabhupada, so many instances were there when Prabhupada was, after a kirtan, Prabhupada said, "You did not see Narada Muni,
Yes.
Lord Brahma,
Yeah.
Lord Shiva, they were dancing in the kirtan." Prabhupada, we didn't see. Oh, but they have come. They have come. What to speak of this,
And this is all going to be televised as well.
Yeah, amazing. Probably you will have a podcast. The eighth element, he was telling me, eighth element is the oxygen.
Right.
So you will be oxygen for us having podcast with different people in Sridhar Mayapur.
Oh, there you go, Gargs.
Are you ready?
High five to that one.
I'm ready.
All right, from your lips to Lord Nrsingadev's and Panchatattva's ears, So yeah, would that be amazing?
We will have a studio.
Yeah.
Podcast, their experience, emotions. People will have tears in their eyes that they are able to do something for Mahaprabhu, for Prabhupada to manifest. For Mahaprabhu to manifest in this beautiful temple, the desire of Srila Prabhupada. They are a little instrument to make this happen.
Incredible.
We want those emotions.
Yeah.
It'll be full of emotions. We want them to come to the eighth element to speak about those emotions.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. All right.
Could I
Please.
recommend another topic?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. There's something else, but go ahead. You go first.
Okay, maybe it's the same.
No.
When I speak to people about the TOVP, I sometimes distinguish between the completion of the temple and the opening. Because when it does open, it will not be 100% complete. We still have the whole planetarium wing to finish.
Yeah.
And other things.
So yes,
next.
let's clarify that. Yeah. Great.
Amazing.
Great. Yeah. This is, what's cool is it's like everything you've wanted to know about the TOVP, but we're afraid to ask.
So we are doing the temple in phases on the planetarium. In 2028, by April, we will have 2 floors of planetarium ready for opening. So that will also be part of the opening. But this is phase 1 of the project. Phase 1 includes the Pujari floor, functional. Pujari floor is opened, but it will be functional. It will serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The temple floor, which is Lord Nrsingadev, and the main temple floor. And 2 floors of planetarium in the west wing. So the east wing temple floor, the main wing temple floor, and 2 floors of planetarium. But the remaining, there are museum floors in the main temple hall, the museum floors in the Nrsingadev temple hall, another 3 floors of planetarium. This will come in phase 2. And phase 2 will also have the gardens, beautiful gardens in front of the temple avenue which goes from the temple till Jalangi river. Beautiful temple view. All those will happen in phase 2 of the project. The phase 3 is the whole Vedic city. That has many phases, phase 3. So Mayapur is...
So let's talk about this phase. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
The whole development of the city. So initially, you're going to see a lot, but it's not as they say the full enchilada.
No.
It's the full samosa pakora, the full kachori. But these things are progressive because you're developing an entire city, a model Vedic city. Let's talk. And you were saying that there's like acres of gardens growing flowers and so many fruits and vegetables.
There are in the phase 3, the whole Mayapur city, Vedic city development. Srila Prabhupada wanted a Vedic city where 50,000 devotees living in Sridhar Mayapur and serving. So the Vedic city has spiritual embassies. From each country, they will establish an embassy showing what they are doing in that country to spread the culture of Krishna consciousness.
Nice.
You will have
I haven't heard
American
that. That is
embassy.
amazing. I love that.
You will have an American embassy. You will have a United Kingdom embassy. You will have other countries' embassies, the leading countries where we are preaching Krishna consciousness, their cuisine, everything will be there in those embassies. Theme parks, several theme parks will be there. Amazing theme parks will come. So, Haribol stadiums where you can sing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, a stadium.
Haribol Stadium. I love that.
Will there be soccer tournaments as well?
It will be soccer for the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra competition for devotees, the Kirtaniyas.
Right.
So, Haribol stadiums. Then there is a place for hospitality. All these guest houses would come for all this to cater all these various guests who are coming to Sridham, Mayapur. So like this, there are so many aspects of the master plan.
And of course, and Prabhupada said, and this is going on daily, you're feeding thousands of pilgrims a day.
Yeah.
You're feeding, like Prabhupada said, he wants, I can't remember the number, but he wants X amount of plates of prasadam fed to the poor people
He
every
said
day.
Nobody
Should go
within
hungry.
10-kilometer radius of Mayapur should go hungry.
Right. And that's being done now.
Yeah, that's being done. And that is going to increase more and more. If you enter Mayapur, you don't have to worry about anything. Just chant the mantra, love Mahaprabhu. That's your life is successful.
And as I was bringing feeding people within 10 kilometers, so the local Muslims.
Yeah.
So how has it transformed some of the local Muslims?
So it is transforming them by eating prasadam and engaging in seva.
Right, because a lot of them are doing some work.
So many work. The gardening. There's so many other aspects because we are the biggest employer in Sridham, Mayapur. And everybody needs seva.
Seva meaning service.
Does the property still regularly get flooded by the Ganga, or has that stopped?
No, it once in 8 years it get flooded. It is artificial flooding because they opened the dam, Faraka Dam. That's why it gets flooded actually, because the rain in so many other places, the dam could not contain those waters. They release the waters, and that's how it gets flooded actually.
Okay.
I have a question. I have two questions. And thank you for all these extremely comprehensive explanations. Very helpful for our listeners. Very helpful for me. Thank you. Prabhupada wanted the dioramas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta he talked about the dolls. In Alacho, we have Adi Dev, who's part of the Fate Museum, Bharadwaj. Prabhupada brought them to India to train them. And one of these dioramas, we see in the Swami Narayan temples, these type of things. So tell me about that. I would imagine that's being developed as well.
Beautiful Krishna Nagar, close to Mayapur, where you have the famous artist. Prabhupada was so happy with those Krishna Nagar artists. He told his disciple to learn these dioramas, making these dioramas from Krishna Nagar artist. They currently are working with the Temple of Vedic Planetarium team. Currently, we are doing some of the dioramas in the main temple hall, in the 4 sides of the main temple hall. The different leelas are being done by these people from Krishna Nagar. And on the top of Narsinghadev altar, on the sides, there are pillars. On top of the pillars, there are different demigods has been done by these artists from Krishna Nagar.
So the Leelas, meaning the different pastimes of the Lord, are being presented in diorama form.
Diorama form. And we have 3 floors of museum in the main temple hall, full of dioramas from this Krishna Nagar artist. That is Gopakumar journey to the heavenly, through the heavenly planets to Golok Vrindavan.
The original idea for the TOVP was inspired, from my understanding, by
Bhagavatam.
by Sanatan Goswami. Yes. Explain that connection and what is described in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita
So,
in that regard.
Gopakumar is in search of God.
Correct.
And he wants to know who is this Supreme Personality of Godhead, who got the most mercy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he embarks on a journey to different devotees, which explained by Narada Muni. He goes through different
Planetary system.
planetary system, meets to find out who got the maximum mercy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So finally, he reaches Golok Vrindavan, where the Lord himself is waiting for Gopakumar to come. Eagerly waiting for Gopakumar to come. It's a transcendental journey of Gopakumar.
It's a love story.
Love story. Yeah. So that is depicted on the 3 floors of museum through dioramas from the Krishnanagar artist.
Correct.
His whole journey is being depicted.
Another question I have, thank you. It has been discussed in many quarters that there has been, over the years, corruption in Mayapur. And without getting into the details, I was speaking to Sunanda about this, and he said that you've been very involved in the cleanup of the corruption there. Because in any big project, I don't care where you are, material world, spiritual, there's always the tendency for the lower modes of nature to enter. So perhaps you could talk about that and what has been done and how it is being, you could say, cleaned up or purified in anticipation of the opening. Forgive me for bringing this up, but these are practical questions that many people will want to understand.
Yeah. Ambarish Prabhu, when he had to put this $30 million in the beginning, he had asked the GBC, because this is commissioned by the GBC, this is project of the governing body commission, that he will have a separate entity, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, managing the funds, so that his donations and the donations which are done by all other devotees are properly used only for the purpose of building this temple. So that was the first level of protection which he has done, and still he is giving money. So TOVP in that sense is a very safeguarded entity.
Like a closed entity.
Closed entity, managing the project. And regarding Mayapur, of course TOVP is in Mayapur. It is project also of Mayapur. As you said, the lower modes. Sometimes when we don't verify, there is a beautiful American president, he said, trust but verify. Carry a big stick. So
who said that? Which president?
Truman.
Truman,
Yes,
yeah, there you
exactly.
go, that's right.
Truman, he is right. So when we don't verify, things happens. So what has done, we as the co-directors, we had come in and found out all those areas where there is a possibility, even a possibility of either funds has been misappropriated, or where there is favoritism, favored dealings, or any other ways where it is not productive, beneficial to the movement, to Srila Prabhupada's mission. So we had cracked down all those areas which were problematic areas. But this was, over the years it was happening. It is not this, just suddenly we cracked down as a FBI or a CIA or like that. But we had put in process in place. We had put in systems.
Nice.
We had put in accountability. So we have worked through it so that it is not Mayapur, the name comes, there is corruption. That is a very, that was not a, generally people believe narratives. Everything goes on narrative. But Mayapur suffered those narratives. Even though the corruption as it was portrayed, it is not that as it was portrayed, but there was there. There was there was corruption.
Yeah, and you
But
dealt with it, and you're dealing with it.
Dealt with it, and we are dealing with it, and we will keep on dealing with it.
Yeah.
It is evolving process.
Right.
You just can't, because these are people.
Of course.
And what I feel, if the people are sufficiently trained, they are watched, and they are given responsibility, and they are being given a care. What Ambarish Prabhu has done to me, if I could do to others, a personal love and care, so they don't have to worry about their future. They don't worry about those insecurities in management, and they would concentrate 100% on the mission.
Nice.
So this is what we wanted to bring.
I just want to correct myself, a little self-fact checking. It was Teddy Roosevelt, not Harry Truman.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
Teddy
said,
Roosevelt.
he said, speak softly, but carry a big
stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our a resident historian.
Yeah.
And well,
That is what we are doing. Speaking
It's-
softly,
Yeah.
carrying a very
that's very encouraging to hear, because that must be there. And it's very, the rule of law must be there. I mean, Dharma Raj, it's Battlefield of Kurukshetra was fought based on these principles. So they must be an abiding principle. And it sounds like you are a very proactive, your team.
And not only the co-directors, but generally devotees are very nice.
Yes.
But they have to be guided properly. Devotees in Mayapur, they are sacrificing so much to establish Srila Mayapur. Because of certain elements, they get the bad name.
Yes.
But if we have taken care of those devotees with systems, with personal love and care and assurance that they will be taken care, they have to give this one life.
Yes.
It will be beautiful.
Along that vein, there are some devotees, I know I talked to a lot of guru coolies who will say this, that why are we spending so much money on a project like this when so many devotees who have dedicated their lives aren't being, quote unquote, taken care of? Like there's the elderly, there's devotees who get ill, and there's children who went through a lot of tough times. So what would you say to that?
I would say by building the temple, they will all be taken care. But if it becomes
Prabhupada says that.
Tirupati of the East,
Yeah.
you don't have financial problems. Thing is that you need a heart to take care of all these devotees who have suffered, sacrificed.
It
will happen.
I see that.
I am confident.
I see that, first of all, it's very valid that devotees have this concern. At the same time, it's incumbent on each one of us to study the mood and the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was deeply upset when he heard about any type of improprieties against anyone, especially the children. One time he said he heard about these things. They must be hung. So it was very strong. But if you overlook everything in the greater context, he had two main desires: printing and distribution of his books and the building of Mayapur. Not for himself, but to attract the whole world to the mercy of the Lord. And these other things, to taking care of children, of the elderly, these are, you could say, regional considerations and also international considerations. They must be attended to, but not that they take away from Prabhupada's main mission. Everything is working together. But this main mission, and in Prabhupada, and you said so nicely, quoting Srila Prabhupada, that if you focus energies on here, that mercy will spread to everyone. But not that we're inattentive to these other things, must be attended
But
to.
Prabhupada also said that 50% of his work wasn't done, and he mentioned Vanashram. So I'm wondering, is there any type of implementation of an ashram that will take place in this city?
Definitely. Right now, we are just concentrating on the first phase of the project. But when we come to the third phase of the project, Varanashram, definitely it will be the major aspect of the third phase of the project.
You would think that a temple that is so valuable and so dazzling could attract some bad elements to try to rob or do something bad. So you obviously have to have some kind of security.
Yes. Definitely. That is a very good question. Always when there is opulence, there is problems associated with the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So definitely we are working with the government agencies to secure so that all the pilgrims who come, they are safe, they are having a wonderful experience. Mayapur is all about experience. Experience the love of God. Experience the devotees' love. Mercy. Experience the mercy which is available in the Dham. So we wanted to protect that. But Lord Narasinghadev had specifically appeared in Mayapur for that protection. Because we have been robbed by the dacoits in the 80s.
Right.
So Lord Narasinghadev manifested to clear this whole problem. Today, there is no dacoit even in the dictionary of Mayapur. Nobody is there to do a dacoity. He has appeared to give that protection. And after he has appeared, all those dacoits who robbed Mayapur, all finished. So we are praying Lord Narasinghadev. And we are taking practical steps with the government so that they are secured physically, spiritually, emotionally, and devotionally.
I took second initiation in Mayapur in '86. That was the 500th anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I will say, I walked outside my flat, it was like you were carried away by the crowd. So I'm wondering, with the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, when it's built, it's going to attract a lot more people. So how will you have the infrastructure to deal with all that?
Yeah. So that is why in the phase 2 we are developing those infrastructures also, because everybody knows that we are not a business-oriented organization. We are basically purely on charity. So it will take a little bit time for us to develop the entire infrastructure. But we are collaborating with different avenues of different people, big and small, to see how we can develop all these infrastructures. We are collaborating with the government because there are corporate social responsibilities of the different companies which they have to spend 2% of their profit or income or whatever it is. So we are using those corporates to invest that money in developing the infrastructure, roads, toilets, and so many other. Of course, you call here as a washroom, not as a toilet, in Mayapur. And we are also using those corporate.
That's in England, by the way. We call it a bathroom.
Bathroom, yeah. So we are using the corporate social responsibility from the corporates. We have a Mayapur Heritage Committee. There are a lot of industrialists. So they are trying to come forward and see how many aspects of our master plan can be developed in this whole area of Mayapur. And we ourselves, our departments, are building a few dharmashalas and other aspects of our Mayapur city plan. So that there are various levels. One is our ISKCON itself is building few infrastructures. Then we are collaborating with the government for few infrastructures. Then we are collaborating with the industrialists for development of Mayapur. So like that, there are various levels which we are working on. But our right now focus is to get this crest jewel or the crown jewel, the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, completed.
Hare Krishna.
Nice.
Prabhupada wrote, he spoke in a lecture on the appearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, February 8th, 1977. He said, we should remember Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He took this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction very seriously, and he wanted his disciple to do. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also wanted that. This Mayapur is meant for this purpose, to spread this Krishna consciousness, love of God, all over the world as it was desired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pritivityachayata nagaradigram sarvatra prachara. So the beginning is there. We are preaching all over the world. And you, my dear friends from America and Europe. You have taken this Krishna consciousness movement. Again, I shall repeat the same logic. Anta pragu nyaya. Anta means blind and pangu means lame. Both of them are useless. Anta can walk but cannot see, and the lame man can see but cannot walk. Yeah. Now let them both combine together. So the whole world is suffering for want of Krishna consciousness, love of God, or spiritual life. If American money and Indian culture mix together, the whole world will be benefited. This is my ambition. Take Indian culture and help with American money. The whole world will be happy. Prabhupada then said, an arrival address, you are fulfilling his mission. He wanted this European America. It is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's blessing from all over the world. Jaya Pataka says, only by your mercy you have brought us to this Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada, yes, I am simply messenger. Mercy is of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and my guru, Srila Prabhupada. Before your coming, they predicted someone will bring. Then Prabhupada says, maybe that's somebody I am. Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted. So anyway, Krishna has given us this nice place. Stay here.
What did Bhaktivinoda Thakur say when he looked over toward Mayapur? Does anyone remember what the quote was? When will that day be mine? Quote.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he can read that.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
When
I'm
the
trying
day
to find
will be mine, when the Europeans, Americans, and Persians come together under one banner, sing the name Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari.
He said that
Chant the names.
Did he say that in the late 1800s or the?
Yeah.
There's also that one quote from Srila Prabhupada that you've used quite often. Make Mayapur, build it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is amazing. He had said to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, I had given you the kingdom of God. Mm-hmm. Take it, develop it, and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. We have inherited the kingdom of God. Now Mayapur is developing. We are all developing Sridham Mayapur, and we will enjoy the kingdom of God by chanting the Lord's names. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Beautiful, Prabhu. I think, you know what I'd like to do? I'm just going to run down and get the Krishna ring.
Okay.
Because it's so beautiful that I got for my donation.
Yeah.
And we'll just take a quick break and come back because I want to show people the ring that you can put on your altar or wear it, as you like.
Yeah.
It's a nice reciprocation from the TOVP. Definitely. So I'm just going to run down and get that, okay?
Yes.
I wanted to show everybody what Sunanda brought to me today via the TOVP team. I gave a donation, and as a result of that donation, they presented me with this Krishna ring. I'm probably not going to wear it because it's very large, but it's a replica of a ring that Brahmananda, I talked about earlier on, Brahmananda had made for Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada wore it. And I'm going to keep this on our altar. It's a beautiful ring. What is the material?
It's a particular type of metal.
Zinc alloy.
Zinc alloy.
Zinc alloy, which is worth at least $100 million. No, that's not, but it is spiritually worth that much. So it says Krishna in bold letters, so that's going to go on our altar. And this is a reciprocation from the TOVP team, and I'm just so honored to make a donation. I've made many in the past, and I'm just so inspired by the project. And in the mood of your love for me will be shown by how you cooperate together after I leave to push on this mission. Yeah. And Prabhupada's, again, top two desires were the publishing and distribution of his books and the completion of the Mayapur Temple of Vedic Planetarium. So we're gonna end in a moment. I want to turn it over to Brajavilas to talk about how people can participate in helping the project.
Yeah. Thank you so very much for asking this question. It's very, very important. We had come to the last stage of this project. Just the tail is hanging. The elephant had come. just pull the tail. We need $25 million, of which $10 million is promised by Ambarish Prabhu and he is giving every month.
Gargs, I think you have probably like 5 million you can give.
I generally never walk around with at least 1 million cash money on me. Just in case.
Just in case.
So $15 million is required to complete the temple.
Mm.
Of this $15 million, at least $7 million will come from general mass of devotees, and another $7.5 million will come from the devotees who can afford $1 million donation. So what we are trying to do is urging everybody, requesting. Srila Prabhupada said, sources of fund means we go all over the world. All of our centers will gladly contribute. He gave you everything for the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. All the details you should know to build this Temple of Vedic Planetarium. Everything is there. So we had gone to each and every center, all of our centers. The devotees in all of our centers are gladly contributing. They have made a pledge. We had made it very, very easy. You make a pledge. And every month, we do installments. We buy home in installments. We buy a car in installments. We do everything in our life in installments. We wanted devotees to build this temple also in installments. So if you had made a pledge, complete your installments.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not made a pledge, take a pledge. It's so important. We are at the final, last lap of this race. We are going to win.
And
Our slogan is, we run, you win.
Mm.
We run the race for you, but you will be the winners.
Yeah.
Can you have automatic debits from your checking account?
Yes, automatic debits is also there. This information you can call one of our representatives. And in America, we have Brajapati Prabhu who is coordinating. And Sunanda Prabhu is the major communication director to get all these messages out. And we are saying, if you have made a pledge and completed your pledge, please take another pledge. Don't stop giving to Mayapur. Do something always. And this will build the project. This will, after the project, the city will be developed. The future generation of Vaishnavas will have a platform to practice Krishna consciousness for the next 10,000 years.
And it is the panacea for all the problems of the world.
Yeah.
And the platform by which everyone can come together, irrespective of nationality, creed, race, religion, under the banner of chanting the holy name.
Yeah.
Whatever religion.
Yes.
And it's so, as you said, it's the, as Prabhupada said, it's the transcendental United Nations.
Exactly.
So it's the real United Nations, because the United Nations was, although their intent was, it appeared for the greater good, it was ultimately not for the greater good. And as Prabhupada was constantly criticizing the UN, what have they done?
In the League of Nations.
And the League of Nations, yes. So that's a whole nother discussion. But this is the real United Nations, because it's based on this spiritual platform. And if anything less than that is going to fail. So any contribution towards this glorious project is for the upliftment of the entire planet, of all living beings, for the peace and welfare of the entire planet, and the promotion and distribution of this transcendental love of God, which is, you are manifesting right before my eyes, Prabhu.
Grateful.
And I also want to express my respect and honor for Sunanda Prabhu, my massive appreciation for the service, although he's off camera.
The unsung hero.
Unsung hero. He's been working in the background tirelessly for years, traveling constantly, constantly working the promotions, the developing the newsletters, so many things he's doing. He's dedicated his life, and I just want to thank you on behalf of the entire Vaishnav community for your years of dedicated service to this project.
Maybe someone will make a song about you and you'll become a sung hero.
In the opening, we'll sing about everybody. There are so many devotees who are sacrificed. They're all unsung heroes behind the scene. We have Sunanda Prabhu, we had Prajapati Prabhu, we had Office Vegavati Mataji, Kirtiraj Prabhu, we have Dayasita Mataji, we have Sarala Mataji, and in India, so many, we have Dev Madhav Prabhu, Rasveshwari Mataji, so many Prem Avatar Prabhu, giving their lives, Radha Vallabh Prabhu, so many unsung heroes dedicatedly serving this project. Of Swaha Mataji. What a great sacrifice along with Rangavati to design every day, spending so many hours to make this so beautiful. So we are very, very grateful to each and every one. Selflessly, they are working in this project to please Srila Prabhupada.
Ki Jai.
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 Could I make a last
Yes, please.
comment on the Prabhupada ring?
Yes, the Prabhupada ring.
If you
Just making an appearance again.
show the top of the box,
Oh, yes.
Prabhupada
Oh, yes, it says
50. What the ring represents a campaign that we have called the Prabhupada 50 campaign, which, as Brajavilas explained, we're opening the Temple of the Vedic Planetarium on his 50th disappearance anniversary. So that's this ring is particularly
commemorates
connected.
that, the 50th
Commemorates that.
anniversary.
We have been engaged with so many things. We do engagements. We do engagement with the office. We marry. We have an engagement. We wanted all the devotees to be engaged with Temple of Vedic Planetarium, with Prabhupada for this project. Forever, eternal. This engagement will be never broken. Eternal engagement.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And
It's beautiful because our relationship with the Lord is eternal. With Srila Prabhupada is eternal. So it's kind of like when you get engaged to your wife or your husband. You have the engagement ring. It's like an eternal engagement ring.
Yes.
and the website to go to?
Yeah, the website www.tovp.org.
Got it?
Great.
TOVP.org.
Yeah.
And everything is there. If you stuck around to the end, we're very grateful. And we're very grateful to Brajavilas for being with us, Sunanda, and for your years and years of dedication. And so grateful. And I know that Srila Prabhupada is bestowing massive mercy upon you, your family. And we also are profoundly grateful to His Grace Ambarish Prabhu and his wife Swaha for their dedicating heart and soul, lifeblood, energy for all these years since Prabhupada gave him that instruction.
Swaha.
Swaha.
And I'm very, very grateful to Bhadranayan Prabhu for having me in this. And Garga Muni Prabhu, this 8th element is the best podcast I had ever had in my life. So personal. We can have many podcasts. We can be impersonal, but it was so personal podcast. And I'm for all of your viewers. I wanted to give this message that this podcast will create a revolution in people's mind and consciousness. Please always tune to the 8th element, which will save your lives.
Hey, you gave us a free commercial.
Wow. So based on that, please like, subscribe, and surrender your life. So thank you for that. It's very, very gracious of you. And may we somehow or another, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, live up to that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Gargs. Thank you, Sunanda. Thank you, Brajavilas.
Thank you.
And we will see you at the next episode. Stay tuned.
Living a simple life in a complicated world. It's like walking on a high wire while the crowd below you hurls. All those things that are meant to shake you, meant to break you, make you fall.
such a simple